Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far, and welcome to today's video where I am going to be trying out a new inner corner liner technique that I have been learning from Smitha DEEPAK. Now, if you don't know Smitha DEEPAK, get to know her instantly. Immediately. She is just incredibly talented, an amazing makeup artist, but also an incredible teacher. She has fantastic techniques, lots of ideas and tips and tricks for, especially for hooded eyes and things like that. But anything like this that I struggle with, a new technique or something I'm trying to get better at, improve, or something I'm working on or something I want to try, she is my go-to because she is an amazing teacher and she's obviously very talented. But although her skill level is way above what mine could ever even dream or imagine, she does a lot of videos aimed at beginners, aimed at amateurs, aimed at people with a far lower skill level than her own. So although she's amazing and talented and skilled, she is very considerate of people who just aren't as skilled as she is, and a lot of her videos are about making things like this inner corner liner that I find incredibly hard and tricky. She has a video that is aimed not at professionals, not at people with a huge skill level, but just people, your average person who wants to try and learn something and make it easier. So when I saw this video, I thought, this is for me. So if you don't know, I made a makeup resolutions video. I do this at the beginning of every year on my channel where I set myself goals, resolutions, makeup wise for the year. One of my resolutions this year was to perfect, or not necessarily perfect, that might be a bridge too far, but to improve my inner corner liner. I love the way this inner corner liner looks. I think it's gorgeous. I think it really opens up the eye. I just love it, but I cannot do it. I've tried everything. I've tried every technique. I've watched video after video after video, and it just always ends up a mess. So I decided to set myself the goal this year of getting better at it, and I have watched a lot of videos, and then I saw Smitha's video, and as usual, of course, she had tips and tricks that I had not seen in anyone else's video. And all of the videos that I watched, I learned some new tips and tricks here. And let me tell you, they work. I am 38 years old. I have hooded eyes. The lid skin I'm dealing with is not taut anymore. It's not smooth. I have like lumpy, bumpy, uneven inner corners. It's very tricky. I have more to deal with. Even if you have perfect eyes and you're 15 years old, this is a tricky thing to do. But add in all these extra little things and it's nigh on impossible, but we're going to give it a go. We're going to see, do these tips and tricks from Smitha actually work on my wonky, baggy, 38-year-old hooded eyes? Breaking my own heart today. So let's give it a try. So Smitha recommends starting off doing the bulk of your winged liner first and then doing the inner corner part at the end. So I'm gonna do the majority of my winged liner with how I usually do, using my KVD Beauty tattoo liner, and we're gonna just do that quickly as well as I can on camera because I don't think I've attempted to do a winged liner on camera before, but we're going to try today. So this isn't Smitha's technique, by the way. This is just my technique. So I always start with a little light stretch on my skin there, and then I bring it back in. And as per Smitha's technique, I'm just going to bring this liner to about there. And because I have hooded eyes, I'm going to keep the liner that's following my lash line nice and thin. Okay, so I've done my winged liner. I'm decently happy with it. It's about as good as it ever gets. And here comes the tricky part. Here comes my tips and tricks that I've learned from Smitha. Now, the first trick and tip that she gave us in her amazing video is not to use a liner. So I was trying to do this inner corner liner with this same KVD tattoo liner, and as Smitha says, one, it's a wet product, so it can smudge if you're not very careful, if you're not very precise and delicate and skillful. It's likely to smudge. It's very hard to get a very fine line. This is such a small area, you need such a fine line. It's just, for me, impossible, but very tricky at the best of times. And pencil liners, as opposed to something like a felt tip liner, when it comes to pencil eyeliners, they are typically designed to be like smudgeable, smokable. You know, eyeliners are designed to be very creamy and smooth and rich. And when you use them on the eye, a lot of the time they're designed so that you can smoke them out and smudge them out. And that is obviously not what we want here. We want a very crisp, sharp, fine line, which really most eyeliners aren't really made to function in that way. But you know what is made to function in that way? An eyebrow pencil. This is brand new information, mind-blowing genius from Smitha. So Smitha uses her eyebrow pencil. The eyebrow pencil she used was the Benefit one. I'm going to be using my Huda Beauty one. It's my favorite. But like Smitha said, eyebrow pencils are literally designed to make crisp hair-like strokes. They're also like smudge proof. They're not designed to smudge and smoke out like an eyeliner. They're designed to stay crisp and individual strokes, which is exactly what we need. What a genius. I have never seen or heard anyone suggesting this, and it seems so obvious when she says it, but it had never occurred to me. So Smitha uses like the darkest shade of the Benefit. I'm going to be using the darkest shade in the Huda Beauty, and it is 8 Soft Black. This is the teensiest little pencil. It's so small. And now the second tip that Smitha gives that I'm not going to do today, see, I'm already not listening. How dare I? But that is just the way I roll. I kind of pick and choose what I'm going to listen to. But Smitha actually heats up her pencil using a lighter. So she used a lighter, I think a lighter, to heat up the tip of her brow pencil. I'm not going to do that because I'm just not qualified for such a thing. Like, I don't want there to be a fire today. And I just think if something can be even easier and simpler and still work for me, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the easiest, simplest way. Because if I have to heat up the tip of my brow pencil for this to work, I'm not going to do it. It's too much to have to go and get a lighter and heat up the, it's too extra for me. I am lazy and I can't be bothered and I won't do it. So I need to make this as simple as possible. And just by not doing that, then it makes it more likely that I'm going to do this and less fiddly and less dangerous, because I don't want to die today. So I'm going to ignore that step, but just know that that is something that Smitha recommends, is heating up the end of the pencil just to make it a little warmer and the product to adhere to the skin, I guess, easier than if it's cold and dry. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to run the pencil over my skin, and that is going to warm it up slightly, not as much as obviously using actual flame, but more so than if I just went straight in with it opened. So what Smitha recommends next is to take a finger here in the corner of your eye and to pull the skin ever so gently, to just pull that skin there, stretch the skin, and that's going to make it more tight and flat and taut, so that you're not trying to make the stroke on sort of loose, baggy skin. Lovely. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull the skin. I don't know if you can see the difference. So here's the skin if I don't touch it. And then if I pull it, it just really makes it very clear where the line has to go for a start, whereas usually I don't know where to start. So this gives me a straighter, flatter surface to work on, and it makes it just much more tight without me moving the skin around as I'm making my line. The skin stays nice and flat and straight and still. So we're going to pull the skin, and I'm just going to start making that line. And you see how fine that line is. Versus if I was doing this with a liquid liner or an eyeliner, it would never be this fine to begin with. So I'm going to just start joining the pencil to the liquid liner we've already laid down. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow the natural shape of the eye. I'm not trying to make a shape, I'm just literally continuing that angle and that direction out as far as I want to go, really. Stop whenever you like, and then when you're happy, you're going to go back again, following the line of my lower lash line. Now, I definitely lifted up some foundation while doing this, so I'm just giving this a little dab with my sponge. I should have done my eyes before my foundation, and then we wouldn't have this problem. Now, it isn't perfect by any means, but it is certainly the best that I have ever done by quite some way, and I haven't needed to like clean up. Nothing disastrous has happened. And so far, I'm super happy with that. I mean, this is the second time ever that I've tried this technique, and I really feel like this is going to get better and better. I'm going to try again now on the other side. So again, stretching the skin, and I'm just following the shape of the eye. Far out as I feel like going, as dramatic or as subtle as you like. And then filling in back to the lower lash line. Just always following the natural line of your eye. So I can't tell you how much easier it is. Just switching over to this pencil, it has made such a big difference. I feel like I can do it now. And actually, if you make a mistake, as Smitha said in her video, the pencil, the brow pencil, is so much easier to correct. You know, you can just use a Q-tip and buff it away, or you could use a very little brush to just clean up underneath as you would here. Whereas when it's a liquid liner, it's so hard without making a complete mess of this whole area of your makeup to clean it up. I mean, this one was so much better than this one already, just from having, you know, had that little bit of practice. But I mean, this one is like perfect, exactly how I want it to look. I absolutely cannot believe that I did this. I can't believe I did this. And in a couple of minutes, it didn't take me a long time. I didn't have to correct it. I didn't have to rub it out and start again. This is only the second time I've tried this, and it's exact. I've been trying to do this for like a year, and literally the second time of trying it this way, I've got the exact liner of dreams that I've always wanted, and I cannot believe it. So I've just popped on some mascara so you can see the finished look. I'm so excited and so happy. Is it as good as Smitha's? Of course not. What a ridiculous comparison to even consider. Is this the best I have ever done? By a million miles, yes, it is. Was it way easier than any other way I've ever tried to do it before? Yes, it is. Do I now feel like I can confidently attempt an inner corner liner without being scared of like ruining my whole makeup? Yes. Is this a miracle? No, it's just Smitha. She's just a genius. So there you have it. Smitha's technique, truly tried and tested by a makeup idiot. If I can do it, I 100% promise you, you can do it. With all of my eye problems, let's call them challenges. With all my eye challenges, my hooded eyes, my looser skin, my bumps in the corners, my lack of any ability whatsoever, if I can do this level of result very quick and easy for any kind of liner, that is, you can do it. I promise you. Please give this a try. Please go and watch Smitha's video. Of course, it will be far more helpful than mine could possibly be, but hopefully I've shown you that even us makeup idiots can pull this off, can do this. I'm so excited because nothing else was working for me. Nothing else was really helping. It was a disaster every time. And I was really just thinking, do you know what? Maybe this is something that's just not going to work on my eyes, on my eyelids. it's not going to work for me. It's not on the cards. And now I feel like I can do it and it looked great. So I'm so excited and grateful to Smitha. She's just amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all of your incredible skill and information and tips with us. I'm learning so much from her channel. Definitely go and check it out. I'll have her video linked in the description down below. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye, 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 bye.